The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And we're in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. It is the Sportsocracy. Time to review the offseason for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft.
Oh, wait a minute. This is Jacksonville? Okay.
You got to get the mullet. Let the mullet shine.
Oh, yeah.
As poor Gardner Minshew, Jeremy's boyfriend, he's not going to get any more playing time because of Trevor Lawrence being in town. Travis Etienne comes in to pair up with James Robinson in the backfield, although through camp they've been talking about Travis Etienne's going to be split out wide sometimes. They're going to use him as a wide receiver. Okay. They got weapons on this offense with DJ Shark, Laviska Shenault, Marvin Jones. He's older, but he's still out there doing stuff. He's a very reliable wide receiver for a rookie quarterback. I will say that. Their offensive line is dog shit, in my opinion. Their defensive line ain't a whole lot better, aside from Josh Allen. I don't see a whole lot to really love about this Jacksonville Jaguars team. I mean, you love the fact that you've got, the all-pro rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence coming in. It's the start of the new generation for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You went out in the offseason and you hired Urban Meyer to be the head coach, which there's a ding right there. And then the construction of this roster hasn't been all that great. Shaq Griffin was the best free agent
and that was a really
good
acquisition.
Of course it was. I like Shaq Griffin a lot, but here's the thing. I don't know what the development of C.J. Henderson's going to be like. I don't know what to think about the addition of Rayshon Jenkins, whether or not that's really going to help them out a whole lot in that secondary. I feel like some of their draft picks were reaches and basically just a college head coach with his college coaching buddies around him with Charlie Strong and all the other college coaching all-stars that they put together for this team are all going, we really like this guy. Okay, but you overdrafted some of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Overdrafted several of them.
Most of them.
Most
You're
of
saying
them.
most of them.
Yeah, I thought Travis Etienne was definitely. I thought they could have easily gotten him at round 2, pick number 1. I thought Tyson Campbell, after you already picked Travis Etienne, was a reach there. I thought Tyson Campbell you could have got a little bit later as well. I agree with you. It's funny looking at this team because I'm looking at the weapons and I'm like, that's not really bad.
No.
I mean, you talk about James Robinson. It's not that Travis Etienne is not going to be a good player in this league. He's just, I think they overdrafted him. DJ Shark, Laviska Shenault, and Marvin Jones are a solid wide receiver core for a rookie quarterback. But the biggest mistake they made in the offseason, I think, was immediately giving Cam Robinson that franchise tag and giving him that much money. And for a left tackle, that wasn't probably top 15 in this whole league. At his position. So
I wouldn't say he's top.
It just
20.
was really weird. Their tight end position is really, really bad. It even got even worse, and I don't even want to mention his name because it's just so pathetic.
Chris Manhurst? No.
Tim Tebow.
Oh, Jesus.
The new all-pro tight end.
If you said this was the weapons core was good, the offensive line is going to be rough, the defensive line is going to be rough, and I think their secondary is going to be decent. But it's going to be a rough year, a rough year for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. I went kind of too crazy with them on my predictions. I had them at 1-16.
That's aggressive.
It is very aggressive. I'm not giving them enough credit. Because of the offensive weapons that they do have, I think they are going to be able to pull a few wins out of this year, but I don't think it's going to be very many. Value fantasy player, Jeremy, you've got Travis Etienne down here. What is his value in this rookie class?
He's going late round 10 right now. And they're going to get him the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they took him in the first round for a reason.
Right.
And I just look at it, he's too damn talented to go that late. Do I like where they drafted him? No, I don't. And I'm probably never going to. Mm-hmm. No matter how often you try to explain to me why you would do this, I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
That being said, he is a talented player.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a role. I want to say something about Jacksonville, and maybe this will make their fans that really like to tell me how stupid I am and that they're going to come back when they're 10-7. Oh, God, 5 years from now is going to be fun. I wonder if they'll still come back if it's 5 years from now.
Yeah.
If we've elected a new president by the time they're 10-7, does that still constitute as me being wrong?
I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so either. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of them have said it that I just. And then they always come back with the same thing. Well, you're a Jets fan. Yeah, and I had a Dr. Pepper for lunch. What the fuck does that have to do with your team? Anyway.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a lot of coaches have jumped off this bandwagon? Mm-hmm. Just lost a special teams coach. You've had just a litany of guys that have either been fired that were in the organization for a long time or came in with Urban and then left. There's just something weird about this that I can't quite put my finger on. And I think it's going to bear itself out on the field.
No, because everybody knows. Everybody knows that this is not starting off well. And it's, they talked about rebuilding the culture in Jacksonville. How much, I mean, I get that you want Urban to have his guys and feel like he's got control of what's going on. But this is bad. This is bad, guys. I mean, because not only is it in the coaching staff, but it's also in the front office. Like, there were a couple of guys that were let go who had been there since the inception of the franchise.
Right. Of which they've been bad forever.
Of course,
so I'm not necessarily going to hold that against you.
Right, but I'm saying it's sending the wrong message for the inner workings culture. It might be great. You can bring Tim Tebow in, and he'll be the rah-rah, go-get-em guy in the locker room, and Trevor Lawrence, for the past 2 days, has only been talking great things about Tim Tebow. He's the guy you want to be around. He's going to be your leader. I admire Tim Tebow. I used to play with him in the college football video games when I was a kid and all that kind of shit. That's fine. But you look at the front office and the back of house culture, it's been shattered. It's been demolished.
The move, I wasn't going to say anything about it because it just makes me angry. But bringing in Tim Tebow causes more problems than most people are going to see just on the surface of the hire, or not the hire, the pickup. They're going to look at it and they're saying, oh, this is just this. But let's just say, for example, Tim Tebow finds his way onto this roster. Okay, let's just say, hey, I know, but I'm kind of. This is what kind of damage this could do. Okay. We're going into week, let's say, 4, and Trevor Lawrence is 1-3, 0-4. He's thrown a couple interceptions, done these kind of things. What do you think the first thing is going to happen in Jacksonville? They're going to say, oh, if Tim Tebow was on quarterback, we'd be 3-1 or 2-2. We could do this. It's going to happen. That's how dumb people are there, especially in Jacksonville. They're like, oh my God, we got this guy on the team. He should be the quarterback now. That's just the kind of shit you don't want surrounding your team at all times. And I just feel like it's a bad move because he can't play tight end, guys.
It's Bush League. It's Bush League. This is what shitty minor league baseball teams do.
Yeah.
You bring in Tim Tebow because he sells tickets. I literally said that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard, and then NFL executives started telling people like us that, yeah, that's exactly why we think they did this. Because they want to sell. You have the greatest quarterback I've ever graded in 10 years of grading the NFL draft. You have the highest rated quarterback, not named Andrew Luck or John Elway, on every board of every draft scout. And you have to worry about selling tickets by bringing in the guy that kneeled all the time that played quarterback at Florida with all the people that committed felonies. That's who you need to bring in.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do to incite your fan base to buy tickets. That kind of says everything I need to say. By the way, you were talking about Cam Robinson earlier. And I've gotten a lot of, Cam's fine. He was blah, blah, blah. Out of 79 graded tackles last year, according to Pro Football Focus, where do you think Cam Robinson was?
54.
He was tied for 62nd.
Oh, my God.
And that's a guy that you gave a franchise tag to.
Yeah,
just because somebody gave him a franchise tag does not mean he's good.
Yeah.
The NFL on the whole laughed at you when that happened.
Yes.
If you don't believe me, I could literally put my cell phone in front of that camera right there and just scroll through messages when it happened. Because I asked everybody, does anybody think this is a good idea? And it was universally laughing emojis or just no, period.
And it's like that's what started off the whole Urban Meyer era at Jacksonville was this that everybody started to laugh at already, okay? And then you're going to pick Trevor Lawrence. Then you overreach for Travis Etienne. And then you bring him into camp, and instead of teaching him how to block for NFL actual speed, you have him out there playing wide receiver.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, this is what I tried to tell everybody.
Yes.
This is what the Urban Meyer thing's going to be.
Yeah.
And you know how I know that? Let me give you about 10 examples off the top of my head. Bobby Petrino, Greg Schiano, Chip Kelly, Steve Spurrier, Barry Switzer, on and on and on and on down the line. This is what happens with every college coach because we've seen them be very good in college. Mm-hmm. There's a big damn difference between college, where the players pick you, and the NFL, where you pick the players.
Yeah.
And then they get the opportunity to leave. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm connected to a couple player agents. I got a message about Urban Meyer that might be the most damning thing I've heard. And it was word for word, I'm not sure this is better than Tom Coughlin.
Oh.
That's everything you need to know. Mm-hmm. So you can keep telling me in the comments that, well, Urban knows so much better than you did. Yeah, Chip Kelly did too.
Yeah. Chip
Barry
Kelly's the smartest person in every room he walked into, according to him, and how that
literally,
worked.
He changed the way the game was played. Mm-hmm. And he came to the NFL, thought he was the smartest guy in the room, started doing things that people universally mocked, and the next thing he knew, he was on his second job, and after 1 year, he was fired there.
Yep.
The college coach thing doesn't work. Stop trying to do it. Especially not when they run gimmicky-ass little offenses like Urban Meyer does. Mm-hmm. Great coach. College football Hall of Famer, no doubt. It's a very Jacksonville Jaguars thing to do to bring him into the NFL.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love Trevor Lawrence. The problem is,
I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say, there was one quarterback last year that I was supremely worried about coming into the NFL, and it was Joe Burrow. And it was because of the lack of protection that he was going to have in front of him. I look at this Jacksonville Jaguars team, and I see the exact same thing with Trevor Lawrence. You're going to try to protect him with Jawan Taylor, who's been bad. Cam Robinson, who's been bad. Andrew Norwell, who's been laughed out of so many jobs in the NFL. He's a punchline.
He's going to be running for his life unless he can get the ball out in 1 second, or they turn around and hand the ball off.
I don't see him having very much protection at all.
And it's going to
especially on the ends.
And it's happened to a lot of quarterbacks, like where they've gotten just it's taken them out of their game, and the next thing you know, they wash out. And I hope it doesn't happen to Trevor Lawrence.
Yep. Again, I may be underselling
You're wrong
them.
on the interior of that line. I can't let I was going to let it go.
Really?
I'm not going to. Andrew Norwell is a top 20 guard in the NFL. What the fuck are you talking about?
No.
21st among guards, according to Pro Football Focus. And A.J. Cann was actually better. Andrew Norwell's a good NFL player. I don't know what in the fuck you're talking about. Hell, you could not think that this is a 10-foot ceiling. It's 10 fucking feet. You can think whatever you want to. You dang Jacksonville for a lot of things. The interior of the line is good. Brandon Linder, A.J. Cann, and Andrew Norwell, that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's not my problem. My problem is Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
I'm still... I heard you say that, and I'm sure I audibly made a face.
You did make a face.
That doesn't make any freaking sense to me.
I'm not an Andrew Norwell fan.
Okay. You want to know where Andrew Norwell is? He's been in the league for 7 years. You want to know where he's been rated amongst guards every year he's been in the league?
Yeah.
24th, 7th, 19th, 8th, 19th, 26th, 21st.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And you know what that just says? Wrong.
Wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay. All right.
He's an elite pass blocker. I mean, an elite pass blocker. Not the greatest run blocker, but he's an elite guard in this league. Elite, I'm probably using elite the wrong. He's a very high-end guard in this league.
Okay. All right.
Can you see a path where Jacksonville sells some tickets this year, at least with Trevor Lawrence coming in?
I'm afraid it's going to be because of the Tim Tebow circus instead of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
It should be because of Trevor Lawrence. Because you have a team here that's, there are things to be excited about. Mm-hmm. I'm not just trying to shit in your dinner. I'm just, Jacksonville Jaguars fans. Mm-hmm. We love you. # we love you, Roy.
Roy's our dog.
It's the one Jacksonville Jaguars fan that doesn't tell me to get killed in a car wreck every day. That earns you a little leverage.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that I had the Jacksonville Jaguars winning the most out of everybody in our entire panel.
For you. Good for you. What you
that's fantastic.
4? Yeah.
Yeah, you had them at 4 and 4 wins. Yeah, you and Tommy had them at 4 and 13.
I'm sure that's going to save you a lot of grief for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It will.
Don't worry. It just means you'll get one less the bearded guy's a dumb shit.
Yeah.
Then I do.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But-
If you're going to do that, at least call him the bearded guy and me the guy with the mullet.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are a wrestling promotion run by a Bond villain. And they're coached by a great college coach, but I don't know that it's going to be able to translate to anything in the NFL. This year's going to be tough, and let's just all say a prayer for Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
That hopefully he can stay healthy this year. And you know what? Maybe with the high pick they're going to have next year, they'll be able to get a left tackle in next year's draft. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Brian Haynes. He's Jeremy Greene.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time right here in the Sportsocracy. Hit that subscribe button so you get all of our content as it comes out. And don't forget, we are always here in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.